I've been on YouTube for over 10 plus years and I've made over 4.4 thousand videos. So I consider myself an expert to the WWE and the pro wrestling video game genre. Not only that, I actually bought WCW NWO World Tour on release when that game came out for the Nintendo 64.
It's WCW versus NWO World Tour. GamePro calls it one of the fall's hottest titles. Game Informer says it's the end-all, be-all of wrestling, featuring over 20 of WCW's and NWO's top wrestlers, a 4-player battle royal mode, and up to 40 moves per wrestler, including signature moves and foreign objects, all on Nintendo 64. Call now, 1-800-WCW-8661, or send $69.95 to the address on your screen. Also available wherever video games are sold.
So with that knowledge, you know that I know my stuff when it comes to wrestling video games. So I was super hyped when I saw the brand new trailer from Gamescom where they break down kind of the new footage from the AEW Fight Forever console and PC video game. So we're going to take a second look here at the footage. I'm going to kind of talk about it, see what I like, and let you guys know how this compares to the AKI and 64 games. And most specifically, I think this is reminiscent of Day of Reckoning. But here we go. Cool that THQ is doing it. It's not the original THQ, but it is some THQ guys, which I thought was pretty cool that THQ could come here and they could get in on it. Here we go for the All Elite Wrestling video game. As you see, this is what they're going for, the cover of the game, or the splash screen, I would call it. I don't know if this is the official cover, but I do like it. Put all the wrestlers on there. And they do have the in-game renders, not the pictures. There we go. The Cleaner, Kenny Omega, the best bout machine. You see the girls behind him in the entrance. They do have a singles record down at the bottom, so that goes based off of the game, not how it plays out. And there's the Adam Cole entrance with the boom. As you guys see the entrance here, I will say that it is cut short on the entrance, but I am okay with it. Honestly, when I play the video games, I literally only play a little bit of the entrances, so I thought that was, once you see the entrance, you move on from that. Here's William Regal with the tutorial, which is whatever. Every game has a tutorial and they spoon feed you on how to play this. Regal's going to teach you techniques, so keep your opponent at bay by X to punch and Y to kick. You see an opponent, press A to grapple. After grabbing an opponent, you can tilt L and then press X, Y, or A to do moves. It's that Aki style that I was talking about, the AKI style, where you grab your opponent, you push what direction, then you do a move, and they do different moves here. We get a look at the move list here, which I think is pretty cool. As you see, everybody has 5 finishers and 5 signatures, and I think that's just pretty awesome. You can customize them too, I guess, what you want to do there. And there it is. Evade is there. Irish Whip. I think there's 2 different blocks for a strike and a grapple, which is cool. And down at the bottom, you see the momentum meter, which is pretty cool. The momentum meter doesn't work exactly like the Aki games, because I think the way it works in the Aki games, it's been a minute since I played them, but the way that it goes is if your meter goes up, their meter goes down, and it's on like a momentum, it's back and forth, rubber band type thing. So if yours is up, theirs is down. If theirs is down, yours is up. That's how that works. But here I think yours goes up, not only, most of the time, but theirs doesn't always go down. But it is very similar in that aspect. The crowd is very awesome. They are standing up the entire time. No sitting down for the crowd. I know the WWE games went for a while where they sat up and then they were down and whatever. But now this crowd is all standing up. Aubrey looks great. Having her in here. Don't know if she's the only ref or not, but that's cool. If you're watching some of the moves here, it's very fast. The snap of the moves and the impact is there for these moves. I will say this, though. The arena is fantastic looking. I love the arena here. It makes you feel like you're playing an AEW game. I love the camera angle with the entrance there. I think that's cool. Instead of going for like the TV angle, they went directly what the video game angle is. So when you play that casino battle royale, you will see those entrances right there, which is pretty cool. Like I said, you just look at the taunts. I think each taunt has sound, they said, or most taunts have sound. There you go. Can you make it pounded on the mat? You see the meters going back. There's a taunt buff down there, it says. I'm not sure what that does for you. Maybe it does more damage or, some effect like that, I'm assuming. But I think it's pretty cool. And there he goes. Picks him up. Boom! Again, the impact is just there. There's the first pin. And there it is. When we were looking at earlier gameplay footage, and if you saw like the early stuff, It seemed kind of like clunky a little bit, like the moves were just put in there. Ooh, that German looked really good. And there was damage to the head, and it showed part of the body, which is cool. But yeah, some of the moves that we saw before felt like they just didn't connect for some reason, but here it feels more fluid. And they said there's even an updated, better version of the game than what we're seeing here, so that's cool. Here is one thing that I noticed is just the way they're grabbing on the ropes there. Kenny Omega didn't look very good. I don't know if that going out of the ring, I mean, I can go back here. I don't know if that going out of the ring like that was intentional or not, but he does go out of the ring like that. What it could have been a, we want to keep this action in the ring. We don't want to go outside the ring. There might be bugs outside the ring in this build of the game, so they wanted to put that in there, which is totally understandable. Here you got the signature meter, and then if you do a taunt, you'll be put in a special state. On the AKI games, they didn't have the signature meter. It was really only the special meter, so it would flash, 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 like it is now at the bottom, and then if you wanted to do it, you move the stick, the taunt, and then you do that move. So there's the signatures. You can do the powerbomb V-trigger combo, Snapdragon, running V-trigger, Snapdragon 3, and then you use the D-pad for that, and then the finisher is the right stick, and that's how you do it. So it's pretty much the same way to do the finisher as the AKI games, and the signatures there. He's going to hit a signature, I believe. Yes, there it is. Powerbomb V-trigger coming on up. And you notice a different camera angle there. That was sick. And they really only have a different camera angle on signatures and finishers, I'm noticing. Left bumper is to pin. I think that's pretty much similar to the Aki games as well. And he's going to go for another signature maybe. I'm not sure. Yep, there it is, the Snapdragon. And look how long that signature meter goes for. It lasts for a while. Now it's now he did the taunt, so the signature is going over to a finisher. And now you can grab them and use the trigger to do the finisher. That's how you would do that. It shows a one-winged angel there. The special, they call it in this, which I think is good. And you see there, you can still do the signature, even though you're in the special mode, which I think is pretty cool as well. Being able to do the special or the signature as you want. And one thing that's different here that I noticed right away, it's very different technique that they decided to go with on here. The momentum does not go back to, I would say, green. Is at the default state green. The momentum does not go back to green. You stay up in the orange as you would still have momentum in the match, as it's late game in the match because you already have that. But usually in these kind of Aki games or whatever, they would go back to the green, which I think is very interesting. That you're not going back to the green, you're staying up there in the orange, so you can get another signature and finisher, pretty fast. Adam Cole's going to be making a comeback here, it looks like, as Kenny Omega does another taunt there. But there he gets another signature. Ooh, I like the stall animation on that. I thought that was really cool. But honestly, again, like I was saying, this has those elements that you remember from those games. It makes it feel like that. It does not feel like Battlegrounds. I know that that was a big fear of people when they first heard about this game and they saw the graphics. They said, "Oh, that looks like Battlegrounds." But yeah, not at all, really. I would say not. I mean, the art style might be a little bit close, but I don't get that vibe of the gameplay and all that. There it is. Camera angle, and there you go. Adam Cole's going to stall here. I'm assuming it's one of them playing at Gamescom, Evil Uno or somebody, but maybe Colt Cabana. I don't know who's playing, but Adam Cole getting set up for the signature here. And then he's going to hit the finisher, I believe. He's going to drop the boom. Oh! That was a nice transition. I like that. The Irish whip into that. The wheelbarrow suplex. He does a little slap and picks him up. There are some moments here that I noticed, like putting things together are kind of clunky. When you do like an animation to do a pickup, it's kind of clunky. I know it's still like an early version of the game, and I'm okay with that. And they'll obviously get that. There it is! The running boom! He drops the boom there. So you got a button mash to get out, which I'm fine with. Whatever. It's not really a skill-based kick out as it used to be. Or as you're used to, I should say, with the little bar to kick out. It's bashing buttons, which is one of those things where you're kind of kind of at the mercy of the game. I mean, I like that because there's just a point in the game where you can't kick out, and that's how it should be. Like, even as, because I know some of the WWE games, you could kick out every time. If you got good enough, you could kick out every time. But as you see at the bottom, it said stale moves. So the momentum there is going back and forth. I think your momentum would go down with stale moves. I know that was how it worked in other wrestling games you played before. If you did a stale move, you're doing repetitive moves, your momentum meter would go down. It wouldn't go up as much. Keeps you doing new things and whatever. I don't know. I didn't see the momentum bar go up or down there. But we're about to see the top rope V-trigger. I mean, one-winged angel. Why am I saying V-trigger? One-winged angel. Top rope here. Boom! There it was. When you do that move, I noticed when you do it on the ground, it pops up for a pin. So you could do a pin off of that. But I didn't see that on this one. I did not see that on that one. But I think that's awesome. There it is. Replay of the match. Boom. Drops it. And as you see there, he got the singles record, so he got a win. So it'll keep track of every record that you have there. The cleaner Kenny Omega. And I think that's really awesome. Well, there you have it. There's the AEW Games Gamescom Fight Forever. First look at the game, the actual real gameplay that we've actually seen. So anyway, I would say 2 thumbs up on this. I will see what they have for the future here when they get more and we see more modes, maybe Casino Battle Royale with the barbed wire exploding match. I want to see all of that, but we'll have to wait and see as time progresses. Thanks, guys, for joining me on this channel. As we've been here for 10 plus years, we've been doing all the wrestling games, and we'll definitely be covering Fight Forever, the AEW game, when it comes out. Thanks again, guys.